So I want to jump into your online community in just a minute, but getting to the idea of the communal living, what are your thoughts? Is that something that you would continue to do? Would you continue by your next portfolio, like next property after property, keep doing the same thing? Or are you going to change it up? What are your thoughts with that? And is that a good strategy for somebody to get in? Because you said if you're going to get started, it's a great way to do it after house hacking.
Yes. I mean, for people that are trying to achieve financial independence, freedom, you're all about cash flow, right? That's the main thing you're trying to focus on. And so for me, I had a 6-figure corporate job. So how can I replace 6 figures of income? And maybe it's a little bit harder now, but it's still cash flows now as a co-living property. So that's the beauty of co-living, where you can make I'm actually looking at my numbers right now because I just got my taxes and did kind of the year to date. And $209,000 was the revenue off of 2 houses. And then our net was $103,000. So Dustin, you tell me.
Off of 2 houses?
Yes.
$50,000 a house.
And we can break that down.
Well, easily you get 2 houses. Obviously, we know it's going to be a little bit of work, much more work than getting a long-term tenant in there, which is understandable. But if you can make a full-time salary, having 2 properties and have other people living in your house, getting the communal living type of space, then you have $100,000 a year. This is after taxes. That's the profit. Then with that, you can do it over and over again. That's a great business model.
Exactly. So that's why I say house hacking, get in. And then once you go to the next house, turn that other house into a co-living home. And people are doing this not even through house hacking. They're just now buying, like my partner, Greg, he's buying these homes, adding a couple bedrooms, adding a bathroom, boom, turning a 3.2 into a 6.3 and cash flowing, $2,000, $2,500 a month in today's market right now. We're doing this currently. So that's the strategy that if you're looking for cash flow, there's not too much that beats that. And like you said, obviously is going to be more work than just sticking, a tenant in there for 3 to 4 years. But for us, typically I would say about 8 months is the normal length of stay. But then we have people like my friend Derek, who I met through the Growth House, one of my best friends now. He's still here. It's like 2.5, 3 years later. So it's definitely a place where I tell them, hey guys, I want you to, because they're in the same mindset. They want to lower their expenses. They want to live below the means, save up so they can eventually buy a home. And so I'm like, perfect. Stay within our houses, stay within our community. And when you're ready, we'll help you go get your next home. So it's a great kind of just a community that fosters the same type of people that want the same type of things.
When you're talking about the online community that you're building too, on top of the Growth House immersion, now, one thing that really impressed me is how many people that are really high caliber people. And I honestly, like, you would admit you're not like at their caliber. Like there's like Zach Keeps, amazing. Yeah. Like I'm not at his caliber. Like he's got, I don't know, at least probably 1,000 properties. I'm probably overshooting, but
he has over 270. No, he has over 275 single family homes
in Arizona, and he runs it all himself, or he has a team that does it. He's amazing. A great guy too. Like, love that guy. But you have so many high caliber people that want to be around you. Like the first day after you and I talked, I was like, yeah, of course I'll go help out. I'll be a part of it. And so you sucked me in pretty quick. And then obviously so many other people, but I'm just super impressed and so impressed at how you are able to get people that are really, really high caliber that want to take part in helping with you in the Growth House, as well as you did something that it all ties together. You reached out to somebody on Instagram that you liked and followed, and you said you saw that they were going to stay in, was it Cuba? I think, wasn't it?
No, it's my favorite podcaster that was going to go ahead to Colombia.
So he's listening to the podcast. He hears that he's going to be going to Colombia and stay there for a month. And you reach out to him. Tell me about that, and tell me about how that plays into your way of connecting with high caliber people.
Absolutely. And it's so funny because ironically, I dropped the episode today, which I'm still trying to figure out the series title, but it's like the art of connecting. And it's the story of how I met Diego Corzo, who's now one of my best friends. And I met him through Rubicon. So it's crazy. So you actually have to listen to that one because you'll get a kick out of it. But
I definitely will.
Yeah, it's great. So as far as networking and connecting, for me, it's also figuring out people that have the same type of mentality. They have that go-giver mentality, they have that servant leader mentality. And yes, like you said, they are usually way, multiple steps ahead of me. And so I figure out what kind of value can I bring? So I'll tell you a little story about Brian. So one of my favorite podcasters, I was listening to him for about a year. This is early this year, early last year, 2023. And we would talk DM a couple times. And then at the end of the year, around November, he posted on his Instagram story. He said, hey, I'm in Mexico City, about to go to Colombia. And so I sent him an Instagram message saying, hey, man, when are you headed to Colombia? I was thinking about going. And really, I wasn't thinking about going, at least like not that soon. Definitely was on my bucket list. And so he responds to me and he goes, oh, these dates. I'm like, cool. I think those are like similar to the dates that I'm thinking about going. And he goes, well, meet me down here. And I'm like, all right. And so I literally I sent him a message saying, hey, where are you staying? And he sent me back a hotel. I literally booked a hotel at the same spot, a little bit out of my budget, but you know what? It worked out perfect. So I went out there, spent, a couple $1,000s, connected with him, spent Christmas and then New Year's out there in Colombia with him. And here's also the funny part. I think I told you as well. Through this whole process, there's a guy named Sam Wiegert, who I recently connected you with, Dustin, and he's like the king of co-living. This guy's amazing. And so we connected that year, and then he sends us a message while we're in Colombia saying, how long are you guys down there? We said, oh, another couple of weeks. He said, I'll see you in 2 days. So literally the two people that I wanted to connect with, like on kind of my goal sheet, my journal, I'm like, these are two guys I want to build a relationship with. I get to hang out on Christmas in Colombia with. It was amazing.
And it was so amazing that you're connecting with like really amazing people, the high caliber people. And you did it by really just reaching out and being available. And it's so fun that you didn't actually, it's not on your calendar that you were going to go to Colombia, like literally written down. It was already planned out, but you knew that you were already going to be in Colombia because he was in Colombia. So it's easy enough to, you're not lying saying that, oh yeah, I'm planning on being down there too. Because you already made that plan. So it might have just been 5 seconds earlier, but you made plans to do it.
It might have been 5 months earlier, but you know what? I made it happen.
Totally. And then, but you not just took action. That's not the right way to say it. Like you said, I'm going to put myself in a position to actively get to know somebody who I really would love to get to know. And I was on his podcast recently. He's coming on mine, and super genuine guy. I really like Brian. He's a really nice guy. So I like what he's doing. I'm actually taking his, I guess, tactic or strategy in social media. One of his things that he said, because I listened to that episode you sent me, Jesse, about like social media. And he said, literally follow somebody and then copy what they do. Like copy exactly what they do. And I'm like, done. I'm going to do that. So I've already copied him one time. I'm just going to keep copying because he's doing really good on social media.